Okay, welcome to my show. I apologize for starting a little late. I had a last minute meeting I had to attend to. Anyways, again, the welcome to my show. Simple way to vibrant health. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stavros Mastrogiannis, and I am a weight loss coach that specializes in helping people who struggle with their weight and health to lose weight and improve their health, but without sacrificing all their favorite foods and spending all the free time in the gym. Because who wants to spend all the free time in the gym? I know I don't. And for those of you who are new to my channel, please subscribe and let's get started. Today, topic is how to start and stick to an exercise program. Okay, but before we get started, let's talk about a little bit why exercise in the first place. You see, back in the old days, you didn't have to worry about exercising because the your body, your everyday life took care of it. In other words, you lifted heavy things, you walked a lot more. So you would challenge your muscles on a daily basis. You were challenging your cardiovascular system on a daily basis uh, to all the walking that you did. And also, if your muscles don't go to the full range of motion, okay, they get shorter. That's why flexibility training is also important. Same thing with balance. Because we constantly walking on flat surfaces, we really don't have to work on a balance on a daily basis. Again, our balance goes. And as we age, we get more and more out of balance. Okay. Now, so now that we know why we should be exercising in the first place, I want to explain the difference between exercising for health and exercising for performance. Because unfortunately, a lot of fitness professionals, I think they are confused about those two things. Okay. If, you know, when you're training for performance, like they say a sport, you want to get faster. Okay. It's a completely different type of training. Okay. But when you're training, excuse me, but when you're training for health, you really don't need to do that much in order to get benefits from your workouts. Okay. And uh, as a matter of fact, actually, I know a lot of people have a hard time starting and sticking to an exercise program, and that's the reason I'm doing this show. I actually blame the fitness professionals for that, for the people not able to stick with an exercise program, because what they're teaching people what they need to do in order to get benefits from the workouts, it's over the top, it's overkill. And when you're telling somebody that you must do at least 30 or 40 minutes of cardio and get your heart rate to 60% of their max in order to get benefits from the workouts, and this person works all day and he gets home and he's tired, what is the chance of that happening? Not very good. Same thing with weight training. I mean, you hear trainers tell people that you must do 3 sets. It says who you must do 3 sets. As a matter of fact, actually, did you know that when it comes to strength gain, there's no difference between doing 1 set, 3 sets, or 5 sets? And actually, studies have actually proven that. And yet, you have a lot of trainers telling people you got to do 3 sets. Now, the difference, by the way, is when you do multiple sets, you would gain more muscle gain. You can have more muscle gain than you would if you did less sets. Okay, but strength wise, you get the same benefits. Here's my question: most people are just looking to tone and looking to get stronger. So why spend, you know, twice as much time in the gym and sometimes 3 and 4 times the amount of time in the gym when you don't have to? And that's why I'm finding a lot of the programs, exercise programs on the market today are overkill. Okay, you watch this P90X, the insanity workout. They're nuts. Again, those workouts are designed to really enhance performance. But again, is that what you're looking for? Are you're looking to improve your health, or you're looking to get better at a sport? So to me, the first goal of an exercise program, by the way, is to develop the habit anyway. So even if, let's say, you wanted to improve your performance for a certain sport that you got into, like golf or something, uh, or basketball or whatever you're playing, and you out of shape, first goal is to get in shape. And then once you get in shape, then you can look at increasing the workout or intensifying it. Now, the the other thing I wanted to cover is that too much exercising is actually as bad as not enough. Okay, and the matter of fact, actually, too much exercising has the opposite effect as people think. because you hear this all the time, that exercising will increase your metabolic rate. Yes and no. Yes, it would a little bit, but too much exercising will slow down your resting metabolic rate. There was an article, let me see, it was back in May 2nd of 2016, and it was talking about the show Biggest Losers. I don't know if you've seen the show Biggest Loser, I think it was called, where these people competed who can lose the most amount of weight. And this article was talking about how all the people who participated in this show end up regaining the weight back, some more than others. So when they looked at the resting metabolic rate, they found out that the resting metabolic rate was much slower than it was before. And in order to maintain the weight, they had to eat less calories than they thought initially to maintain the weight. So they were baffled as to why that happened. Which actually, this is very interesting because apparently the doctors and the scientists who were looking at this, the Biggest Loser show, and what happened to the participants, they they were not aware of this other study that was done. I think it's 2012. There was another study done in Tanzania, and this study they looked at the Hansa. I want to pronounce them correctly. Hansa, which are it's a one of the last um, uh, groups of hunter gatherers. And looking at this group, that I think they followed them around 3 months. They followed them around with a GPS. Actually, they put a GPS on them, so there was very accurate measurement of how active they were. And according to their activity, these people should be burning twice as many calories as the average person in the West. Well, when they went and measured how many calories they actually burn in a 24-hour period, come to find out they burn the same number of calories as the average person in the West. Isn't that amazing? How can they be? They were baffled to go, how can these people who are a lot more active than the average person in the West burn the same number of calories? And here's the answer. You see, the body burns calories in three ways. It burns calories through the resting metabolic rate, which is the functions of your body to stay alive, your heart to beat, all the other functions that keeps us alive to breathe. Second is the thermic effect of food, okay, which is digestion, which, by the way, the resting metabolic rate accounts for around 60 to 70% of all the calories burned. Thermic effect of food accounts for around 10% of all the calories that we burn per day. And the last one is activity level, which is between 20 and 30% of all the calories that we burn. Now, what they discovered is as activity level goes up, it reaches a point where the body would start slowing down all the other functions of the body to conserve energy so you can put towards the exercise that you're doing. Okay, so it would actually slow down the resting metabolic rate. Actually, it becomes more efficient. Technically, it's a good thing. Now, and if you think about this, I know a lot of my clients when they gain weight right after they finish college, and a lot of those clients were they played sports in college. So once they stop playing the sport, they gain weight, obviously, because they stop the activity. And if you continue eating the same amount of food that you used to eat when you did the activity, you will gain weight. Uh, so what happens when you work out too intensely, you will actually slow down your resting metabolic rate. And unless you keep up the intense workouts, you're going to gain the weight back. Or you have the second option of eating a lot less calories when you stop the intense workout. Unfortunately, nobody wants to cut down their eating. And unfortunately, there are very few people that can keep up exercising that intensely. As a matter of fact, too much exercise, like I said, it will shorten your life because it puts too much pressure on the body. Okay. Now, let me get to the bottom line here. I'll make sure that I didn't miss anything. So the bottom line is this: your workout you should try to do some form of weight training 2 to 3 times a week. The routine should include something that challenges your muscles, all the major ones. So chest, back, shoulders, actually chest, back, legs, and abs. Those are the three muscle groups I would definitely try to engage in each workout. One set does the trick. So you can do one exercise that challenges your chest, push-ups. Do one set, enough reps that you felt tired. something that challenges your back, something that challenges your legs, like squats, and something that challenges your midsection. Okay, keep it simple. You don't need to kill yourself. Then you want to do something that challenges your cardiovascular system. Walking does the trick. Don't worry about the 60% of your max. Get your heart rate a little higher than you used to in your everyday life. Walking does the trick. When I lived in Greece, and people at that time had long, healthy lives, nobody ran, unless, of course, somebody was chasing them, but we walked. Walking does the trick. For if you're just looking to improve your health, just walk. How long? 1 minute is better than no minutes. And keep in mind, because I hear this all the time from trainers that you must do at least 20 minutes minimum 3 times a week. Okay, I disagree with that. 1 minute of walking 3 times a week is better than no minutes of walking 3 times a week. And also, the first goal of an exercise program is actually not to get the results that you want. The first goal of an exercise program is actually to develop the exercise habit. And how do you develop a habit? Repetition. And by keeping the actions you must take very short, like 1 minute of walking, it's easy for you to repeat it. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a treadmill at home. You get home and you get on your treadmill for 1 minute. Okay. You do that every day. Before you know it, 1 minute becomes 2 minutes, becomes 5 minutes, becomes 20 minutes. And that's how you slowly make it into a habit of getting on the treadmill right after you get home. Now, on the other hand, if you had this idea in your head that you must do at least 30 minutes or 20 minutes, and you get home and you're tired, there'll be days you're going to skip it. So what happens is you don't develop the behavior of getting on the treadmill. So that's the thing I want to make sure you get out of this, that you want to create a simple exercise routine that you can easily do with your eyes closed, and then build up on that routine. And that's how you get into the exercise habit. I give you a personal example. Actually, I'm going to be doing a whole video about this. Was it last year? I decided I wanted to increase my vertical jump. So I started with this really, really simple routine. Okay, and I did this routine 2 to 3 times a week. And that jumping routine took me literally around 1 minute. Okay, just 1 minute of this jumping routine that I did. But I did it consistently, never missed, 2 to 3 times a week. It took me, when I first started, my vertical jump, actually the box that I jumped on, okay, was 18 inches. It took me around 7 months, and today I can jump on a box that's 37 inches. And the total amount of time I invested in this was between 2 to 3 minutes a week total. So never underestimate small amount of time put into good use on a regular basis. Unfortunately, very few fitness professionals teach fitness this way. And this is why most people have a hard time sticking with their exercise program. Anyway, this is the end of my show. Thank you for watching. If you're new to this show, again, don't forget to subscribe. Please leave your comments, questions, and also a suggestion for future topics you would like me to cover. Thank you.